guys had a good time this past weekend at the Massachusetts Dart Association 37th Annual Chris Laszlocky Darts Tournament. Both these guys looking to get things going on the bull here. Looks like they're going a couple rounds deep. But yeah, both these guys had a great time at the tournament. Know for a fact that Ron and Joe played together. I think they came in third or fourth in men's doubles cricket. Congrats, guys. Nick putting in a solid performance with his partner, Paul Pilch. And quick moment before we get things going here. I know a lot of these guys were friends with Laz, and while I didn't know you personally, Laz, I know the tournament was this past weekend. We all miss you. We all hope that you're resting easy, brother. Take care up there. All righty, getting into the match here. 26 started from Ron Sargent, 80 fired in by Nick. So Nick off to a little bit of a flyer of a start here. We'll need this as Ron. Well, he doesn't wait around for too long. The Dreamboat, once it gets fueled up, likes to get going. There's more of what we're accustomed to from Ron Sargent. Nick doing very well to find it. Good second, but a couple of haywire darts, first and third. Going all over, up and down, side to side on that 20 bed. And Ron, steady as always. Again, he's solid shot. Looks like only 45. Looks like one of the darts was in the 5 segment there. Nick trying to put all 3 and put some pressure on. Unfortunate there with that second. Only 40 punched in from Nick. For those who don't know, Nick is actually throwing one of the lighter darts out of all the guys here. Pretty sure he's throwing either 18s. Might be throwing 20s, but for the longest time, he was actually throwing 16-gram converted soft tip darts. So his darts go in quite nice when he's on it. Fortunately, this is a little bit of a commentator's curse right here. Of course it is. 7 fired in, huge darts from Nick Soldo. Don't worry, Nick, we've all been there. And he'll be very happy to get that 7 out of the way in the first leg of his match versus Ron Sargent. But yeah, the discussion between light darts and heavy darts, it really comes down to preference, just like everything else in darts. But he makes those soft tip darts, when he's on, he makes those things look good. Again, unlucky on that second dart, just not finding it. He'll do well to keep a cool head, mentally reset. Again, still a long way to go. We've just got things going here. Ron's not really doing too much to push the ball forward, keeping well within range of Nick. Again, unlucky. Third time unlucky on that dart. But Nick staying in there, staying within the race. A big visit here would put some serious pressure on Ron if he doesn't set himself up very nicely here. We'll see. Solid triple. Big 54 there at the end for a 94. Nick needing something big if he's going to stay in the race in this leg. Only 21 with that first. Just low on the second. And another single 19 for the third. 59 scored. Not even going to put him within range. No 170. Can only set up if Ron allows him the chance. We'll see what he can do. 60 left. Just high on that second. Need stops. And he can't find it. He sneaks his way into the double 5 bed. So 30, a little bit of an awkward 30 left over for Ron Sargent. The sure shot looking to shore up a nice out. We'll need to hit big here. Looks like 2 triple 5s. And again, that third dart, third time unlucky, just no favors. But again, Nick, still a long way to go here. Ron electing to go 10, double 10. And he finds it with the second clinical take. A little bit of a messy way to get there, but Ron doing very well to punch out and not let Nick even have the chance to sneak his way into that leg. Nick, a little bit of a sloppy leg to start, but again, he's going to be defending his throw, so the good darts will have to come out here. Solid 85 punched in. And for those curious what I mean about defending your throw. That's what they do when they bull off to start. So when you go first in a darts leg, theoretically, you will have the first look at an out. So by defending your throw, you're going to have that first chance to punch out. Doesn't always happen. Depends on your skill level. But for these guys, defensive throw is very much a real thing. And Nick doing a solid job to keep this train going. 100 punched in, big visit. Ron's going to have to keep the pressure on if he wants to keep this chase on. Looking for that triple. He does very well to find it. Wow. Threads that right between those first two darts. 100 punched in, leaving himself 320 to Nick's 316. Nick needs to keep the pace up. Just shy to the right. Just shy to the left. And only a single 20 with that third dart. Ron finding it immediately. Looks like only 84 punched in. So Ron leapfrogging Nick a little bit here, but still well within range for Nick. Needs to find another. Looks like a little bit of a deflection on the flight there, pushing it into the 5, but 85, not a bad visit. Again, takes the lead just barely. Takes it back from Ron Sargent, but wow. And he finds the 2. Big 140 punched in by Ron Sargent. Commanding take of the lead there. And Nick needs to follow with something big of his own. Unfortunate first. Needs to find a triple to salvage this. Can't find it. Shake of the head. Frustration from Nick Soldo. And Ron, 3 darts at 96. Will have at least 3 more. Will he need it? Looking at 2 18s. And he finds it. Clinical take. Ron running down, breaking Nick's throw. Things started off so well for Nick, but he just couldn't keep up with Ron. And Ron, 1 leg away from taking the opening set here in week 5. No triples for the Dreamboat. Not the dream start that he would have been looking for. And Nick, a big opportunity to maybe punch back. Find his way back into this opening set. He'll have to start now. And that third dart, just going a little too high. That dart right on top of the triple bed would have been a good guide, but just went over it. Ron off to a little bit of a slower start here, so Nick will, well, he'll be thinking to himself that this is an opportunity if he can just find a triple. It'd be well worth its weight in gold if he can find one. Not the one that he was looking for. And no triple 19 on the switch either. Little unlucky there, but he has the right idea. Ron just, wow, he'll need one more. Ron just bartering his way in with a solid 180. Huge visit. Right when he was getting off to a slow start, he just blows the doors open. And really runs away from Nick. Nick just unlucky, not able to find a triple. And again, the frustration starting to mount up for the sure shot. Ron just looking to do more of the same, really. Looks like it might be a unfortunate return to form for Ron here. Can't follow the 180 up with anything big, but again, no pressure sitting at 156 compared to Nick's 385. And again, the switch is just not doing Nick any favors. Acting more as a hindrance. And again, sometimes that's just the way that darts goes. Ron, no finish, but 80 fired in. Wanted to keep it straight to leave himself at least 56 or maybe even 16, but 71 left. Still plenty of time, still miles ahead of Nick. And Nick probably already thinking about the next set, what he can do to correct, find more of those in the next set. Big 140, solid darts. A little bit of a tap on the shoulder for Ron, saying that, well, hey, if you spend too much time on this 71, I could be knocking on your door, but 39 scored. Ron doing a little bit of math. Going to have to go to the tablet. He has 32 left, so he knows what he's doing. Had to be sure. Looking at double 16. And he just pulls it inside. Ron with 2 clinical takes back to back, but this time it's a no-go, and Nick might be smelling something of a comeback here if he can find a triple, and that's 2 triple ones stacked on top of each other. So unlucky. Tried to move it over to the 18s, but unfortunately couldn't find that either. Again, Ron looking at 2 8s. Pulls it inside again, a little bit of a chuckle, but it's a nervous chuckle. He can't find the outside of the double 4 either. Ron, it's going to have at least 3 more darts at it, but... well, 6 more darts, excuse me. But Nick not really doing much to pressure. Again, he's finding the 1 segment. Yeah, he's going to have to take a little bit of a breath here. He's going to have to collect himself. Does well to find that 20, and sometimes you just have those legs where nothing comes easy. And Ron taking the first set. Nick not playing bad, more or less unlucky darts than anything else, but we'd love to see more of that from the sure shot. Again, sneaking his way into the 1s. After such a good first dart, he'll do well to have to try and keep calm and find his rhythm, find his pace. He's not setting a bad standard for himself. He just has to find that consistency, find the smoothness in his arm. Ron punching in an 85. Challenging Nick from the get-go here, and Nick just needs to keep it straight. Keep that rhythm. Going the other way this time, but 85, not bad. Keeping the lead well in front of Ron. This will be Nick's set to defend. Ron just finding the triple bet again and again. No ton 40, but a ton is punched in from the dreamboat. Is he getting now those engines going? Is he starting to feel a little wind in his sails? And Nick is going to do everything to try and sink that boat. Needs to keep it straight, and he does. Solid 60. Ron trying to find a triple, keep himself in front, can't find it, only 45. It's going to nudge him in front, but it's not going to be the sort of leap that he would have wanted. Nick eyeballing a big jump here. Finds the big 140, big visit from the sure shot. And that's the type of darts that, well, we're used to seeing from Nick. Many of us play against him all the time. We're more or less used to having him throw those darts against us. Nick working with 154. Will do well to leave himself 54 if he can find it again. Pushing a little too hard for that triple 20, finding its way into the trip 1. Ron, no finish on 171. What can he do to knock this down? Might switch to the 17s to get rid of that. Yeah, that's exactly what he was trying to do, but unlucky switch. Right there in the corner on the wrong side of the wire. Hits that triple 2 instead. Nick working from 111. Again, unlucky. Elected to stay there, but no triple found, and Ron, was he going to go bull first with the 125? He does find that single bull, so he has 100 left, needs the triple 20. Oh, hits the 5, a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of a chuckle. He knows what he did. He had it teed up. We'll have to correct now, and again, this is where the real game of darts lies, making those final corrections. The ability to correct your score and leave yourself something good. Nick working with 70. We'll need another single 15. Finds it. One dart at tops. And just low again. He felt like he had it. A little bit of trickery on the eyes there. He might have felt that he had clinched that. Ron, 76 left. 56 remaining. Single 16. finds it. He'll have one dart at tops as well. And again, just low, so Nick is going to be able to come back to the line here to get himself going in this quarterfinal match. Can Nick find 2 10s? Going up to the 5s. And he finds it with the second. A little bit of a sigh of relief from Nick Soldo. Solid visit. Ron getting a little sloppy with his outs there, but Nick taking advantage of those slips from Ron. We have a game on our hands all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen. Ron will feel no pressure as he already has that one set advantage, but he might be a little shaken. Only 45 getting off the line. Nick with a big opportunity here to take advantage of that slow start from Ron. Looks like only 100 punched in. It is. And Ron's going to have to find something here if he wants to keep even with Nick, but that's not going to be the dart to do it. Finds the triple 20. Looks like he might have been trying to go to the trip 18s there. That was a slip. That was really close. Again, great 93 visit from Ron Sargent. Dreamboat is nowhere close to being sunk. Nick just trying to keep steady. Coming off of a rather unlucky first set. Just needs to keep consistent. No triple. Looks like it clattered against his flights there. As I was saying, darts is very much a game about correcting mistakes, and there's two distinct phases of any darts match. There's the scoring phase where you just want to hammer as many big triples as you can, but the real mental strength in the real game comes down to, well, when you're underneath 201, so many things can go wrong, and so many ways your mind can really start to drift and wander. The darts that you're trying to fire in just don't go, but Ron will be looking for more of those darts. Just low, no 180. And again, goes for that 18 switch, 98. Not a bad find. Nick, 119, over 100 points down, but needs to find a triple and just can't find the big triple when he needs it, unfortunately, here. A little bit of breathing space, but Ron is defending his throw, so Nick, again, he might be frustrated, but he should know that if you are going to lose a leg of darts, you want to do it on the other guy's throw. And he does have advantage for this set. Ron had an out of 160. Nick working with 276. We'll have to find at least 2 big triples here. Again, he's squeaking those darts into the ones. Can't find the trip 20 to at least provide some positive reinforcement there, but Ron, no pressure on the 160. Would love to hit a triple 20. Can't find it, but he leaves himself 100, averaging just over 70 here. Nick averaging just around the 55 mark. Capable of playing a lot stronger darts than that. We'll have to see if he can just find that rhythm that we're new. Oh, well, you can do everything that you can in your own mind, and you can will those darts to go in, but sometimes they just don't want to cooperate, and that drop dart is very unfortunate for the sure shot. 80 left, 60 left, so no out for Ron, but just one more solid 20. Leaves himself the 40. Again, under no pressure, is going to have at least 6 darts at it. Nick just trying to find something here. Put some pressure on Ron. Finds the bull. Great last dart to score some big points, leaving himself 135. But Ron needs to find tops. And he finds it with the third. Walked those darts all the way in. And he is now tied 1-1 in this second set. But Nick, again, losing that leg on Ron's throw, so he will be defending this time, but that is not the start that you want to get off to on your own throw. Does well to find the single 19 on the switch, but no big darts, leaves the door wide open for Ron. And Ron, we know how big of a scorer he can be. He'll be chomping at the bit, licking his lips for that big visit, and he finds the big 100. Solid dart, solid start. And Nick under immediate pressure here to get things going. That is the type of response that we want to see. There's 2. Will we see it? Unlucky. 1-2-1 punched in, so a great visit from Nick Soldo, but would have loved to fill it up. Just a little bit of a... Sometimes we all need a little bit of an emotional support 180 every once in a while. Nick not far behind in this game at all. Still very much a game, but an emotional support 180, heck, I'll take that every day of the week. Again, his darts are just... Might be the flights, might be the long stems that he uses, but something is just pushing those darts into the neighbor's yard. And Ron keeping things steady, keeping his dream boat on a nice course to Victoryville if he can keep pushing it in and around the triple 20 bed. Nick trying to correct. Again, nothing seeming to be working for Nick Soldo. Finds the trip 19. Great rescue of the leg there. Ron will be looking for more of those. Again, going for the 18 switch, but he can't quite find it. Solid 98 punched in, though, keeping his average right around that 70 mark. It's a good guide. Can't drop it in again. Those darts just going right around each other, not really helping them, their buddies out as they hit the board. And Ron just looking to keep things straight and steady. Good switch downstairs. Can't find that trip 19. 59 will leave him 1-2-4. Bit of a tough ask, but very capable. Very much in Ron's wheelhouse. And again, Nick just looking to salvage this leg, salvage this visit. Doing some mental math to see what he can leave. Can't find it. All that work for naught, unfortunately, is just things continuing to not go Nick's way. 104 left for the Dreamboat. Tried to go at the trip 18. Interesting choice. I wonder if he would have gone at bull there, if he would have hit it. That would have been the incorrect choice, given that Nick is not on an out. There's nothing wrong with going for style points, folks, but sometimes the style is not worth potentially losing a leg if you get stuck with 25 and can't correct. Though it is nice to hit that bullseye finish. Nick going downstairs and finding things immediately. Would love to hit another one. Just trying to go for the 1-3-3 leave. Only 81. Sorry, correction, 79. Does very well to put himself right back in the running in this leg. And 60 left for Ron. Will he give him the chance? And again, he will. So he'll have to correct with the single 15. And Nick, 114 remaining. Very much a possibility for Nick. An outside chance, but it is doable. 94 needs to find the trip 18. Just low, shake of the head. Can't find it either. That third dart might be in the ones. It's in the 20s, so 58 scored. Ron under a lot of pressure. And, well, a cool operator he is indeed. Finds it with that first, and Nick is under a tremendous amount of stress as he tries to keep his night hopes alive. Ron averaging right around that 70 mark, and Nick, 55. Nick's going to have to turn on the afterburners if he wants to try and make a game out of this. And Ron getting things going again with another 100 opener. More of those. Unlucky. The darts all in the same area. Great grouping, but two found their way into the trip ones. Again, commentator Kerr, say the number. They're going to find their way in. No triples for Ron this time. Only a 41 found. Nick trying to correct by going downstairs, but the darts just not finding their way in. Ron not very far away, but not under a lot of pressure either, and he's going to be putting the pressure onto Nick, piling it on with the big 140. Solid visit. That's the type of visit that Ron would have wanted to really make some space between him and Nick. Again, that first dart just finding its way into the one segment, and the second one follows. Nick looking to the heavens, wondering, what else can I do? They're practically all right there, just about a couple millimeters to the right. Ron looking like he has it all figured out, though. Can't find the switch, only a 44 found. And Nick, it needs at least a true triple visit here to put some pressure back on the Dreamboat. Again, the frustration showing for Nick. Only 40 punched in, and Ron, under no pressure, will have at least 9 darts to try and set this up. That has probably got to be the most perfect bullseye that I have seen my time commentating the WPL. Nice job, Mr. Sargent, leaving himself 91 after 5 visits to the board. And Nick finding a solid 60. Again, might be a little too late, though. Ron working with 91 after that single 17. Leaving himself 74. A little bit of math here for the Dreamboat. Elects to leave himself 60, so a big 20. Does very well not to bust there. That was a little lower than he would have liked. Always a scary moment when you come close to busting. You don't necessarily want to on the dartboard. And Nick would love another one of those to make things interesting. Only 85. Ron looking for 2 20s, and he finds it, so he will be moving on to the semifinals of Week 5. And Nick, you got a feeling that we just didn't see everything that Nick is capable of producing. Didn't play a bad match, but the feeling that I have from watching that is it was just unlucky. Flights were pushing those darts left and right way too often. The grouping was solid, just sometimes you just have one of those games, and Ron doing very well to find the darts that he needs to get things done for him here in the first round.